My great pleasure and my job really to thank you all for coming along today. It's a magnificent turnout. As you can see, the sky is perfectly blue. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It's just amazing, absolutely amazing. You can tell I'm in PR. Without further ado, it is my simple job to hand over to Chris Stewart, who's in our catastrophic injury department, to say a few words and hopefully hand out an award or two.
You knew when Craig Semple was put in charge of organising today that we're going to be no other place than at Castle Semple to carry his name. But we're very pleased to see you all here today. We've almost managed to keep the rain away. Fingers crossed it'll stay away for the rest of today. I have the pleasure of presenting the first award, which is for Fundraiser of the Year. And this is an award that's going to collect the award. We have Phil Thornley and Mike Muir, both from the RAF. Phil's wife, Nikki, or Jinx as she's affectionately known, suffered a spinal cord injury in 2013, and since then I think a fundraising campaign has been undergoing in the RAF. So the first endeavour was I think it was Joggle for Jinx, which was a cycle from John O'Groats to Land End, which was undertaken and I think raised over £11,500, is that right? And then Mike and his colleague Minty, who I'm told is not here today, did the Mongol Rally, which just sounds absolutely crazy. And they're planning to go off to do a rally in the Outback this year in Australia to raise more money. I think the rally raised over £3,500, is that right? Roughly, give or take. So we're pleased to have them both here today to collect this award. So if we can have Phil and Mike up to collect the award, that would be great.
You that don't know me, my name's Joanna Martin. I'm one of the trustees with Spinal Injury Scotland, and I'd just like to also welcome you today and thanks for everybody turning up. It's a fantastic show, and we're glad, as Craig said, it's such a lovely day. A special welcome to Mr Hepburn, MSP, who is the Minister for Sport, Health Improvement and Mental Health, who's come along today to support us. Mr Hepburn's remit leads nicely on to what we're trying to achieve here. The programme at Castle Semple, which is encouraging and assisting our members to take part in the water sports programme, which hopefully is not only fun, but leads on to some physical improvements and also helping with mental health, as getting out and socialising with other people is obviously learning new skills both on and off the water is great. As most of you are hopefully aware, we've been running the water sports programme throughout the summer. Lots of people have attended, and we're hoping that we'll get some more money from the lottery next year to continue running the water sports programme. So if you've tried out today, it would be nice if you could come back and do some more. The funding that we've got at the moment lasts until October, so we have some more days in the diary. So if anybody's interested in coming along and taking part in more of the water sports, then if you phone the office or go onto our website, then the dates are there for you to come along. We've recently launched our new website. Hopefully some of you have had a look at that, and we've also got an active Facebook page going. So if you're looking for information on what's going on with Spinal Injury Scotland or the activities that we have on, then you can log in there and have a look. On the stand-in side, you will find copies of our annual report, and that again fills you up in what we've been doing for the last year. There's another stand inside which is doing manicures that the ladies might have spotted already, and also Digby Brown stand which is offering welfare advice. Digby Brown, not only are they here today to support and help us, but they support us all year round, and they also do welfare advice all year round for anybody that's looking for it. And they've not only helped organise today, but they also are providing the barbecue, which is just about to start shortly. So thank you very much, Digby Brown. I'd also like to thank David Hill and his staff here at Castle Semple for providing us with such a spectacular facility today, and great instructors to assist us on the water with the water sports, and have been helping us all through the summer and continuing to October. So thanks, David. I'm now going to hand you over to Alan McLean, who's the Clinical Director of the Spinal Unit in Glasgow, and he's going to present one of the other awards.
Thank you very much, Joanna. Yes, I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to award what used to be called the Volunteer of the Year Award, but as Dougy from SIS now points out, really all the volunteers from SIS do a fantastic job, and it's now really officially serves as a volunteering award. By way of background, I work at the National Spinal Unit at it's now called Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, and I think it's fair to say our staff, our therapists and nurses work incredibly hard to try to help integrate people back into life. But there has to be a slight barrier there between the professionals and the poor patients, and there's that in that interim period we're absolutely dependent upon SIS and the volunteers of SIS, and it's going to do what they do. They're every week in their blue t-shirts. You'll see some dotted around today, and these are people giving up their own time. The vast majority have been through the unit. They know what's involved in having a severe paralysis, and they give up their own time to come along and advise and help patients in the unit and help guide them and give them advice and put on days such as this. And we're really grateful to them and their sponsors such as Digby Brown for putting on the work today. The Services to Volunteer Award goes to a chap who unfortunately isn't here today, who some of us know very well. He was injured many years ago. He had a pretty awful first couple of years, and he's been quite frank about that. And he finally approached Dougy about 3 years ago and asked if he could volunteer, and since then he's absolutely flourished. He's been with us every week, offering advice and help on the unit. He's been to the Scottish Parliament to report about spinal injuries to our MSPs and take the message of care and spinal injuries to the highest possible level. And I'm told, reliably told, that despite all this, are now really flourishing, giving a huge amount back to the Spinal Cord Injury Society. He is still referred to as a wee dafty from Maryhill, and that might ring bells with some of you because the recipient of the award is Tony Kane. So a big round of applause for Tony Kane. Thank you very much. And really sadly, Tony actually, as a message here, Tony was really helped through the first few years of his paralysis by his uncle, who very sadly passed away just a few days ago. So Tony isn't here today, I'm very sorry to say. We'll take your best wishes back to him. And Dougy, if you'll very kindly come and receive the award on Tony's behalf. Would you like to say anything about Tony, Dougy? Just to put you right on the spot.
No, not much. Dr. McLean's pretty much covered Tony. When he was first injured, he badgered me about coming on to volunteer, and I said, look, go back and learn to live life with a spinal cord injury. He did so a number of years, and he's been absolutely fantastic volunteer. There's nothing much more I can add to that. He's been absolutely fantastic, just as the rest of the guys are.
Thanks very much, Dougy. Thank you.
So as Joanna mentioned, we're pleased to have Jamie Hepburn, MSP, here today. Jamie, his portfolio is sport, health improvement and mental health. Is that right? I've learnt my lines well. Jimmy was been an MSP since 2007 and currently serves Cumbernauld and Kilsyth. He's also a graduate of Glasgow University, although we'll not hold that against him. And but we're pleased to have him here. Jimmy, if you want to come up and say a few words, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and ladies and gentlemen, I know that anything I say is delaying access to the barbecue, so I will keep my remarks very brief and to the point. Can I thank Spinal Injury Scotland for inviting me along today. It's tremendous to see so many people here. It's really inspirational indeed to see so many folk coming from, I understand, right across the entire country to take part in today's event. The government believes it's important that we all remain fit and active, and that is true for all of us. So to see the events that have been put on today is really great. So thank you for inviting me along. I won't say too much more because I know, as I say, I'll be delaying access to the barbecue and you'll start assaulting me, so I will not do that. But thank you very much for having me today, and I hope the rest of the day goes very well. Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy. Just finally, we have two superstars with us today who are hoping to go to the Olympics in Rio in 2016, and we'd like to give them some support, some help as they go on that journey. So if I can have Nathan and Joe to come up, please, and collect their cheques. Joe, you're discus and shot put, is it? Discus club, and you're hoping to go to Rio in 2016. How's your training going?
Yeah, it's going really well. At the moment, the first hurdle is the World Championships this year in Doha. So that's I was European champion last year, so World Championships this year, and hopefully Rio next year.
We'll all keep an eye out for you on the TV. And Nathan, your archery is your sport. Tell us a wee bit about what your journey is and how your life's going to unfold over the next sort of few years in the lead up to Rio.
I'm going to probably have to move down to England to shoot down Welsh 4 days a week. Apart from that, it's just a lot of shooting. Shooting scores like very close to world records at the moment. So give me a couple of years and I'll be world champ.
Fantastic. I like enthusiasm. Brilliant. Well done. And I think that means the barbecue is now open.
Almost. 5 minutes.
5
Form
minutes.
an orderly queue.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you.